Hey guys, it's Janie with the League-Kempner House. I promised you a midweek video continuing on with this arduous task of putting this silly little decorative element together. This is like watching sausage being made. It is brutal, but I thought I'd go ahead and just throw this out there. I know it's a little long and tedious, but it just goes to show you that not every project is easy, and working on an old house like this is not like it is on a television show where by necessity they have to condense everything down in a very short amount of time. The work just doesn't happen that way. It's just a slow slog. All right, let's see how that looks. That looks pretty good. Let me get well, I've got to figure out this end right here. So we cut the other one.
You have both those up on the other side.
Let me find my hammer. Make sure we got this end right before we do anything else.
Filming your back, sorry.
Quit filming my better side. See, it's folded back underneath there, so it's not coming up. Okay, we're back in business. Okay, let's do push right on here. That's good. Just watch your hands. And then where these overlap, because this bin sticks out like that, I can put a few down there. I'll just hammer this over. I don't even know if it needs a rivet because it's not really doing anything. Okay, let's see, there's my mark. I think that looks pretty good. No, watch your head.
We have a family history with hammers.
That's good, yeah. My very first concussion was my brother hitting me in the head with a hammer, holding my skull open. That's why my mother learned to drive. There was a car in the driveway and she didn't know how to drive, and I was sitting there bubbling blood and she didn't know what to do. She went the next day and took driver's lessons. Okay. All right, I don't know how well that one's going to grip, but I'll put one in there anyway.
What mechanically is happening with the rivet?
So this part is like a hollow, and this rod that's sticking out is attached at the bottom. So when I squeeze it in here, it's actually pulling this back and pulling this base forward and deforming this tube, and the deformation, whatever you say it, of the tube is what holds it in, like it gets tight. That's why when it pops off, hold on, I'll show you. Let's see if I can show you. So the thing that pops off was down in the bottom, and then it got pulled up. And when it got pulled up, it deformed this and made it bigger to hold it in. Okay. All right, my back is killing me.
I may not be able to do that.
All right.
We'll just stay down here forever.
Hooey. And that's why we had to work one side at a time, because now this is going to be harder because it's not going to fit as well. So we'll really have to push that down and work our way towards this end. I do have some clamps upstairs. We might could get a clamp on it. I can hold it. Do you want to try to drill? You want to drill?
I can stop
no, I'd rather hold.
Push on it.
Well, because you're going to have to hold here to hold this piece down, and push here to put that down. Now I do have some clamps. I can get a clamp and we can put on here.
Is this geometric?
That's very, yeah, I think so. Let me go get a clamp because that's kind of sharp. Let me see if we can get it.
Is propping it up like that, ruin your, everything should be aligned?
No, because I propped up both sides. I just needed more space. Because it's propped up in the back too.
And that throws everything out of line.
Let's see. There we go. I know, this could get interesting as we move down the edge.
You've got a pretty big gap on.
Well, I haven't squeezed this way yet. I'm gonna do, and of course I put that right in the center of my thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, it went in. Okay. You know, from way up in the air, nobody can see anything but this. So if this is wonky when we get to the end,
And you're thinking,
so be it.
all that holding, we should just use the clamp.
Down here, down here. Oops. Kind of weird assorted sizes here that came with my little tool. Oops. Shoot. Okay, all right. That's irritating. And I almost said a bad word. Okay. Because now my sizes are all messed up.
Okay, I'm gonna pause while you sort.
Well, okay, just leave it here. Problem is you don't want to over drill the hole because you need the hole to be pretty close to the size of this, or when it deforms it doesn't have anything to grab onto. I need bigger hands. Okay, my hands are getting tired. Oh.
Yeah, there's this thing called taking a break that normal people do.
What? Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Okay, muscle fatigue is a real thing, so you're going to take a break now.
Oh. Oh. All right. But I think that's going to do pretty well.
Come around and get a picture from this side. It's so pretty.
I thought you were going to say you were going to come around and sort my things for me.
I figured you'd assign that to me eventually.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, those pretty rivets.
Once again, proving the point, you can never have too many clamps. All right, I'm really happy with how that went, but I flipped it over, and now I'm not too happy with the back side. When I look at how they put their rivets in, the long part is sticking up here, and that'll be against the roof. That could wear on the roof, so I'm actually going to come in and go the other direction, put some rivets, and maybe knock those down flat. And then here, this is our little decorative scallop that shows. Look how thin the metal is there, and they just brought this up here. Didn't overlap it very much, which is sort of okay, except that's what gets nailed down. So when they install it, I'm gonna have to make sure they get nails in the ends. I'm gonna have to come back with some longer rivets and get through this piece into this upper piece real well. And I started drilling and I broke my drill bit, so that's one reason I'm quitting today. I also have some leftover flashing from the roof that I may put a big piece straight across the back from side to side, close to this edge, to give them something secure to nail through. So it's almost time to go for today, but it is what it is. I know what I need to do, and I will just work on it again tomorrow. Sorry for the dark light, but it is raining outside, and there's a huge puddle outside my window I opened yesterday. I found my flashing. I was trying to cut it with my little shears, but it's too thick, and it has a bend in it that makes it rigid and even more difficult. So I'm actually going to try to lay this out, trace it with the Sharpie, and cut it with a jigsaw. Okay, Walter went to the hardware store and got me some metal blades for my skill saw, jigsaw, whatever you call it. So I give up on the shears. Plan B. I'm going to try putting this up here on this 4x4. So I have an edge to saw down. I don't want it too far away from the wood. It will vibrate too much. I don't want it so close that I run into the wood. Maybe I'll put this on it. All right. This could be a disaster. We'll see what happens. Oh, well, nothing will happen if you don't plug it in. Slack. Okay. Right. That works. Okay, that's very loud. Okay, that's 4 It works. I need a fan down here. It's so hot. Okay. That was better. Glasses are so fogged I can't see anything. Okay. That bend, as we've talked about in other videos, keeps it from flexing. And I need this to flex because this actually has to be bent around the curvature. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's see. Figure out which way I want this to go when I flip it. Okay. That's not enough to reinforce the nailing edge. Okay, can't do. Okay, all right, I have a new idea. Instead of scribing this and cutting it, I could just leave this so that you're nailing through. Paint this black, paint that white, and up on the roof you won't see it. Actually, I don't even need to paint it black because our roof is something called weathered wood. It's that dark color. So I can just rivet over here, rivet here, here, and at the end, and call it a day. And you can see this does kind of curve up because that's following that curve of the cone. So I'm going to stop and think about this for a while. Okay, I propped it up with some boards to show how it's going to follow that curve. My problem is I cannot rivet from this side because the back will be up against the shingles. I can't have that long piece of the rivet poking out and rubbing on the shingles and creating a hole. So somehow I need to flip this over and do it from the other side. But I think it will be okay as long as I do like we did on the top, and that start at the center and work our way out to the edge. I don't know what else to do. I'm going to give it a shot. This one little decorative element has been such a pain in the ass to work on. I spent the rest of the day down here in the heat working on it. Finally got it done. I hope it works on the roof. I still have to cut those long rivets off so they don't wear holes. And while I was doing that, our two incredible volunteers, Kelly and Sherry, were upstairs sanding away on those curved shutters, which we are still working on. I grossly underestimated the time it would take to get those ready to paint. I think we are upwards of 200 hours now and still working on them. But we will be so thankful when these 2 projects are finished. Thanks for watching, and we will see you back at our regular video time next Sunday.